Let's make a flower bow. Now this is one of the first bows I made. I really like it and it is pretty easy. So to start, we need some ribbon. Now you can use just about any length, any width of ribbon that you want. I'm going to use just 4 inches and I am using some 3/8 inch ribbon. So I need 6 pieces that are 4 inches long. Again, you could also use 5/8 inch ribbon like I used here. Now once you have 5 or 6, it's up to you. You can do this with 4, 5, or 6 pieces. Once you have that cut, we're going to just make loops out of these. So just a little bit of hot glue down the edge. I work slowly with the hot glue, otherwise it comes out too quickly, and especially with small ribbon like this, you want to be careful. So I'm just going to make all of my pieces of ribbon into loops just like that. Once you have your loops done, you're going to need a needle and thread. Now I like to use an upholstery thread because it is really thick, so that's what I use for all of my bow making is an upholstery thread. You want something very thick like that. Now we're going to take one at a time. These loops that we made, we're just going to push them together. I like to have the seam on the bottom. Just fold them together so we can find the exact middle. Have the seam a little bit off-centered because you don't want your needle to have to go through all of that hot glue at the seam, and just push it through. So you have right through the center. We're going to bring it down. Of course, I've knotted my thread at the end so that it stays on, and we're just going to stack all these on the exact same way, poking that right through the middle. Just slide them on. We'll arrange them in a second. Make sure you're going right through the middle. If you mess up, take it out and try it again because you want it to be perfect. Okay, once I have all of those on, then we can push them down tightly, and you either have 4, 5, or 6 of these. This one's a small bow. It's about 2 inches across because I used 4 inches of ribbon to start off with. You can arrange them however you like, whatever you think looks best. Kind of fan them out, make sure you have even coverage. Once you have them fanned out how you want them, now it's time to go ahead and gently push our needle back through. Now use a thimble if you need to. And just be very careful as that needle is coming back out through that you do not poke yourself. We want to make a nice tight stitch in there. Now you could stitch it more than once if you want, but if you're using upholstery thread, you should only need to do 1, maybe even 2 times. I'll go back just one more time. Back to the front, stay as center as possible. And then we'll finish this off in the back. Now go ahead and just tie this off and cut off your excess ribbon. So there's our little flower bow. Now to finish it off, you could sew or glue a button into the center. I just have a little rhinestone I'm going to put in there. You can hot glue for some extra support, and that is your flower ribbon.